Hello and welcome to this review of Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon. This is the 80 proof variant, the charcoal filtered variant, the green label variant. Some of these companies, and it could be more than just a few, these distillery companies will put out bourbons and other whiskeys, and then they'll make an odd green label version. The Jack Daniel's number 7, not the old number 7, the number 7. The Jim Beam Choice, which was retired in 2017. The Evan Williams, Kentucky's first distiller from Heaven Hill of Bardstown, Kentucky. It's a sour mash Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Like I said, it's charcoal filtered. The black label, that 43% alcohol, 86 proof, that one does not say charcoal filtered. Okay, same thing with the Jim Beam Choice. It's charcoal filtered, other Jim Beams not charcoal filtered. So I'm curious about this one. Is it charcoal filtered after barrel aging like the Jim Beam Choice? Now Jack Daniel's claims that they do the charcoal mellowing, as they call it, before barrel aging it and barrel aging it, and it makes it better. Well, the two companies say no, whatever is they claim. I don't see much difference personally, but we get these in the the 2 glass bottles, the 750 milliliter, the 1 liter glass bottle, and then the big plastic handle, the 1.75 liter. I bought this $3.75 in Kentucky, okay? It was a pretty good price, so I said, oh well, I'll get it. Well, I'm wearing a purple shirt. We got green and gold, sort of like carnival colors, right? Purple, green, and gold. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. We'll get into carnival one day, talking about carnival, the time of meat, with the climax on Mardi Gras Day, Fat Tuesday. Okay. Never had this before. There's a handful of video reviews, and only a handful. There's a lot of Evan Williams video reviews, but they're all for the black label, the bottle and bond, various other specialty versions, but not this one. And don't bother looking on the Evan Williams website, because you won't see this anywhere on it. Same thing with Jack Daniel's green label. There's a slight mention of it in the frequently asked questions, but as far as their portfolio, no. And of course, Jim Beam Choice, you won't see that, but that was discontinued. I wrote an email to them, what's going on with Jim Beam Choice, because it used to be on the website, and they said, well, if you get it, if you see it, buy it, because it's going away. In other words, we cut it. All right. So apparently these are like the inferior version. They lower in the barrel house, in the center of the barrel house. They're not exposed to the heat, which helps the bourbon mature in the barrel. This is younger. It's not aged, but only 3 years. Okay, Evan Williams is at least 4 years, but this green label, it says right there on the back, 36 months old. In fact, if it's less than 4 years, they have to disclose it. Distilled in Kentucky, bottled by Old Evan Williams Distillery, Bardstown, Kentucky. Give you the zip code 40004, and back here they give you the evanwilliams.com website. Why, I don't know, since you're not going to find out about this. Okay, enough talking. The only place you find out about that is the Heaven Hill website under the product specifications, which is mainly used by distributors probably who are ordering products. All right, it's amber, swishing around nicely in this glass. Some alcohol legs. I'd be curious how this is going to do on its own and how it will hold up against other bourbons. I have other 3-year bourbons, yes, and older. Somebody asked me, what was the best one you've had so far? And then I went to look back at the comments later and try to respond, and I couldn't find the comment. But probably so far was the Old Crow Bonded from 1977. That's when it was bottled. It had been aging since 1969. That was the best so far. But I mean, after all, it was in the bottle. It hadn't been opened for 40 years. It was in the bottle unopened for 40 years. So it was something else. All right. Sometimes stores around here will have this green label in the 750 milliliter bottle, you know, that long neck bottle, for $9.99. But generally it's about $11.99. $10.99, $11.99, depends where you look and who's running what sale. Evan Williams in general is popular around here, you know, the black label. And their eggnog, very popular during the Christmas season. Woody, but not too woody. Some what we call whiskey, you know, the general American whiskey aroma. Corn, vanilla, some sweetness. My problem with that Jack Daniel's green label, it was just too much wood. I was like, it's too woody, too woody. And it failed in the contest with Early Times. Even though Early Times didn't have as much flavor or as much aroma. The muted flavors and aromas it had relative to Jack Daniel's number 7 were better. It wasn't like drinking toothpick wood. So this smells really good. And I've never had an Evan Williams anything in my life. None of their products. And I mean, they have so many. Peach, all these flavored things, you know, honey, peach, some kind of Red Hots version. All the liquor companies are doing that now. Gotta have all these flavored products because that's what people want. Same thing with beer. Why do they want it? I don't know. I can't stand the stuff, but people just love flavored beers and whiskey and brandy and gin and vodka. And I'm not putting them down for that, okay? I mean, I'm kind of mocking them, but if they like it, I mean, so what if people buy Christian Brothers apple brandy and they say apple, not apple brandy, apple flavored brandy, and they're enjoying it? Oh, well, I mean, if they like it. Or if they drink those Seagram's Escapes, those flavored beers, or the Jack Daniel's flavored beers. Well, it's really, the aroma is coming in my mouth. I can taste the smell. You know what I'm saying? Like if I breathe it through my mouth, I can taste the whiskey on my tongue. Whoa. That's mellow. Hey, you know what? This green label, there's not a lot of video reviews. There's no score for it on Proof 66. But it's really popular. I see it everywhere in all the stores, you know. Of course, the black label's more popular, but this one, I see it everywhere. So I wouldn't see it everywhere if it was like lingering on the shelf. Like mellow corn. Mellow corn whiskey. Yeah, it lingered. And Martin Weinceller told me we got rid of it because no one bought it. It's a little sugary. It's sweet. There's wood, but it's not so much wood. Little vanilla, but it's like oak wood whiskey. I mean, yeah, being in that barrel for 3 years, that charred, never before used, I might add, charred white oak barrel. It gives us such a nice flavor. The body's so smooth, medium. The finish is just perfect. Now my daughter was making a face like Evan Williams, ugh. And her boyfriend said, oh. Okay, well I've never had the 86 proof. I know that's what they're talking about. But I'm not going to say or anything because to me it tastes really delicious. So very good. No, this is nice. I mean, this might be the best one I've had so far, outside of that old Granddad bonded and the old Crow bonded and the Wild Turkey 101 from 1983. You know, those were strong. I mean, they're not as easy drinking as this. This is more enjoyable as far as the relax here in the cool morning, you know. But those were just so elaborate in their flavors. But on the other hand, the international enjoyment units are higher for this. I could drink this every day and I wouldn't get thrown off. Like those other ones I'm talking about, those bonded, maybe once a week I could handle them. But this is a daily sipper. Yeah, this is like a daily go-to standby bourbon. Oh yeah. Would I recommend it? Oh, you know I'd recommend it. I would highly recommend this Jewel. What a value. It's about $2 more than Early Times. But it's got a lot nicer things going on. Early Times is good. I like it. It's a little dull. This one is not a little dull. It's some kind of wonderful, really. Well, see, you don't know until you try stuff. And I'm trying it, and I'm loving it. Got a nice alcohol, but so mellow. It's like gentle warmth alcohol back note. You know what I mean? Like it comes back a little bit. The backwash. The exhalation. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, okay, there was a guy named Evan Williams who started distilling in Kentucky in the 1780s, and it could have been 1783, and researchers say no one really knows much about him, but there was a guy named Evan Williams, and he did do distilling. Oh, and I love this matte finish. It's filigreed, you can feel the letters, and it's matte. It's a different type finish than regular liquor paper. I like it. This brand, I did a trademark research, and the trademark was secured for this, I think it was September 9th, 1955, okay? So, all right, 62 years. It's not really that old. So, it's not as legendary as they might make you think it is. But, okay, 1955. All right. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching this long, but it had to be long, I think, to describe it and whatnot. Bourbon Whiskey video production.